It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cleveland Browns. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set, 180.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
It's just me and you.
Mayfield to throw it. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. To throw, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Mayfield. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's Taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. Now it's Jackson. He's going to take off with it. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be third and long.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
On third down, Jackson flushed out right. He may try and run for this. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
They're not ready for this.
They're running. Ingram. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Mark Ingram unable to get past the marker. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Mayfield finding Beckham. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some big jelly or something like that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Jackson now being chased out left. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. This is first and goal from about the 8. They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's got his man. It's Andrews. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. They'll look to run with Ingram. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on fourth down, may as well make him punt it. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked out since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Steps away to his left. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Now Jackson. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson dancing, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Mack Wilson gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, no takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Browns drive about to get started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Well, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. On 3rd down, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 4th down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson, flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Ingram. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Here's Jackson, and this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. throwing. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A second down throw for Mayfield. Going back to Lander. This time he's got him complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 18. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Mayfield looks to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Jalen Ferguson in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And he rifles it complete. Caught by Landry. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Mayfield now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going under pressure again, and down he goes again. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Mayfield to throw it, and he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Here's Austin Seibert now for the Browns field goal. And this one is right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep. Back over the middle. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end.